Back in the 90s, my dad Neil was a keen young racing driver, obsessed with all things motorsport and, in particular, rallycross. Growing up, I used to hear stories about the highs and the lows of race weekends spent with family and friends.
Oops, Neil Brooks.
Unfortunately, as is so often the case, finances and a daughter on the way meant Dad had to give up racing. But he's always harboured a desire to one day return to the track.
They may wander around a little bit on the corners due to their very supple suspension, but they provide pretty good entertainment.
In September 2020, I took up the opportunity to purchase my own rallycross car, a production spec Citroën C2. And after a hugely enjoyable debut, I decided that it was time for the old man to dust off the cobwebs and get back behind the wheel. There was just one problem with that idea.
I reckon if we hold it in the right direction, I'll end up like Mary Poppins. I can float off to the top of the hill.
Gives it a wash, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. Think of the positives.
Cleans the ground sheet.
So, Tom, tell me, how's your day going?
I mean, look up. It's all right, yeah. The weather is atrocious, and we're right at the top of the paddock as well, which is not ideal because we're right where the wind is. So we've got the gazebo. We didn't bring the size of the gazebo, which is a mistake, as it turns out, because we are going to get absolutely drenched today. I think the old man is, to put it for a better term, bricks. How do you feel about the rain?
I love rain. It's good for your garden. But
Not good for going racing.
it's not good for going racing, no.
You know, they said that there would never be another James Hunt.
With the mandatory race day Mickey taking out of the way and the weather getting worse, it was time for Dad to get fueled and ready for his first race outing in nearly 30 years. It also gave me an opportunity to share some tips that I'd picked up from my own rallycross experience.
When the red lights go out, that's when you go.
When the red lights go out.
Yeah.
With my wise words doubtlessly at the forefront of his mind, Dad made his way onto the starting grid.
Standing water's not great. It's not too bad at the top of the hill because it runs down, but at the bottom, I mean, it's pretty torrential. Someone's jokering in front of him. Here we go, whee!
The racing was close but fair, and in the end, the old man managed to bring it home in an incredible third place. A sensational comeback and a great way to kickstart his second racing career. This was made even more sensational when he made me aware of an issue that he'd been battling against throughout the race.
What? Yeah.
Yup, thanks to a fogged up windscreen, Dad had basically driven the first race blind.
It's trouble, you need to see out the side window. That's the trouble, because when you come down the hill, you can't. Your peripheral vision.
Got to make myself useful.
You can't see where the banking is.
Can't do much. Good.
Oh, you got coffee?
Yeah,
You're
there you
still
go.
drowned, aren't you?
Yes. Very surprised by how well he was able to keep the pace with everybody, given it's his first time out in 30 years. And yeah, he drove really, really well, kept everybody behind him, didn't crack under any pressure, especially when that Clio was getting a bit close. But yeah, good start, so hopefully we can build on that.
How's that for you, Neil? Any old emotions rushing back?
yeah, quite a few. Yeah, the old Pooper was going a few times. It's very sketchy out there. There's massive puddles, rivers, so you just lift off the throttle and the car will go straight on, it won't turn. But yeah, we kept it in the right direction and on the black stuff, so I was surprised when Tom told me I'd finished third. So I had no idea I'd even finished, actually, because I was still going after the checker flag.
We noticed that.
so yeah, I couldn't see anything. Everything was steaming up. So that's a pleasant surprise. So yeah, very pleased with that. What heat are we next?
13.
Right, okay.
That didn't give us very long to prepare, so after quickly downing our drinks, we made our way back down to the dummy grid.
Oh no, it leads. It leads.
and things were about to get even more embarrassing.
Yeah. I've got it on my phone, hang on. Yeah, that's my fault, sorry. It's up to you what you want to do. We can either sit down here. Okay.
Could you just explain what happened there?
There was an admin cock up.
From a technical perspective, I think after evaluating the situation and working out where we went wrong, after much consideration,
It appears that I read the wrong race. I it right up. I think the old man's not going to be best pleased, but it does mean he gets a chance to have a fag. So, apples and oranges and all that.
I saw that. You offered your dad the thing that you dragged through a muddy puddle. Yeah, drink up.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. What are you worried about?
This time we got set up at the correct time for race 2, with the conditions somehow even more treacherous than earlier in the day. Now, as you can see, Dad actually got a pretty good launch into turn 1, but was overtaken on the right-hand side, which essentially blocked him from taking the racing line. Thinking quickly, Dad dove into the Joker lap early, and this strategy can be extremely effective if you drop to the back of the pack, essentially undercutting everybody in front of you whilst they fight for position. But unfortunately what Dad didn't consider were the two cars that started behind him, which had exactly the same idea. And into the Devil's Elbow, the Blue Saxo took full advantage and sent one up the inside, which also then in turn opened the door for the White Corsa heading into the hairpin. And all of a sudden, the race was going pretty badly. Dad pushed as hard as he could to decrease the deficit to the drivers in front, and after everybody else had jokered, the gap to third was extremely small. But with only 2 laps to go, it was going to take some serious moves to recover a strong finish, and it's fair to say that that didn't go according to plan.
Let's hope it's not the steering arm he's done, or the wheel. We've got spares, let's see. You alright? Don't worry too much about it, it happens. It's fine, it's only cosmetic. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Alright, let's grab the jack. Here, come here. You alright though?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Don't beat yourself up too much. You were running well, and it's an easy mistake to make.
Nothing's sheared or broken or anything. Obviously, there's no anti-roll bars on it.
From what I saw, I think he just locked the rears, braked a bit late. Really easy to do because, especially in these conditions, is obviously you're pushing harder every lap, and the track conditions are changing every lap because everything's happening so fast. So, yeah, I think he just simply went into there, locked the rears, and just went round and just glanced. It was only a glancing blow on the front, but it was a moderately heavy impact. So. We'll see what the damage is. There's a bit of trim damage, which is fine, that's not a problem. We're just making sure the steering arms and stuff are all okay.
After checking the car over thoroughly, we confirmed that there was only cosmetic damage to the C2, and one trip to the jet wash later, the car was back looking to its usual best. Well, almost.
To be honest, I think it was just dirt, looking at it, because I drove it and it was fine.
Well, the steering wheel's
Yeah, straight.
Is it?
Yeah, I might have just been dirt stuck on it or something, pulling it or whatever.
Of all 4 wheels going in the same direction, might help me out. So.
Weather conditions improved between Heat 2 and Heat 3, so it was an almost dry track for Big Neil as he headed out to try and salvage something following a difficult middle part of the day. With the DNF in race 2, race 3 was of course now extremely important in order to get a decent starting position for the final. Dad got another good launch and, perhaps learning this time from what happened at the start of the previous race, opted to stay out and attempted to keep up with the quicker cars in front. In the drying conditions, it was amazing to see him roll back the ears and drive the wheels off our little front-wheel drive Citroen. A blistering race time meant that a start towards the front of the B final had been salvaged.
That was a steady race, but a good time. He did well there. What was that, P5? It's not bad going. I thought it'd be more stressful than it is, to be fair, watching him race, but it's just good fun.
After I finished racing, I didn't come down here for probably over 10 years because I knew if I came down and watched, I would want to start again. So, but it is quite addictive, I must admit. It is a buzz.
Good luck. Do you think he's got much of a chance?
I don't know. I don't know where he's starting. I don't think he knows where he's starting. He said to me when he was in the car, he said, am I on pole then? I was like, I've got no idea. I think he'll be closer to the back. Just he's got to remember it's 5 laps, not 4, and he's got to remember to do his joker.
As it turned out, Dad wasn't on pole, but he did line up on the front row, meaning that if he held position, he would actually manage to haul himself into the A final. The start wasn't great, and a misgear meant that he dropped behind the Alfa Romeo into turn 1.
They're all busy duffing each other up. See, they've lost drive now. Come on.
Running alongside down the hill, Dad decided to duck out of a risky run around the outside.
Sensible. He'll joker now. He's got a joker, surely. Get out of the traffic. Get out of the traffic.
Unfortunately, Neil was having too much fun and decided not to take that advice. After another lap being held up by the Alfa, Dad took his joker at the next opportunity. Coming out in some clean air meant that Dad would need to deliver the laps of his life to get back into the top 2.
I don't know if that Saxo's in front of his joker. I can't remember if he did or not.
He had, which meant that on this occasion, the A final was just one step too far.
That'll do, P3. Nice one. There, mate. No, he did, mate. I was really impressed. He definitely had A final pace. That's the thing. Third, yeah. Well done. You could have easily finished second in that. So
Yeah, I know the first 2 went through.
Yeah.
I got a bit of a crappy start. So
yeah, your start wasn't the best.
Yeah.
But the thing is, your pace was good. Like, you were really, genuinely, you were really quick.
yeah. I was just wanting to overtake somebody. That's probably why I followed that Alpha.
Yeah.
He kept blocking.
Yeah. I know. You were just you could see you were losing time behind him, and I was just like, I said in the second, I was like, "God, joker!" But I was like, I said at the time, I was like, he just wants to race.
He hasn't done a lot for your windscreen either.
No, is it not?
It's not cracked, but it's had a few rocks at it.
Oh, lovely.
So.
Oh, that'll be all right. He'll buff out. I'm not really sure what the overriding emotion is, to be honest with you. I'm just really happy. I'm really proud of him. He did well. He definitely had pace for the A final, and he knows that. And I think he's kind of kicking himself a little bit for that mistake that he made earlier on today. But do you know what? That's racing. It's one of these things that happens. He'll learn from it. And the next time he's out in the car, which I'm sure probably won't be too long, given that I'm fairly certain he's going to want to do it again. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how we'll get on, and I think that it won't be the last we see of Big Neil behind the wheel. Please do feel free to like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed the episode. It all really helps. We love reading your comments and hearing what you guys think about the series. So yeah, thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.